The best putters in the world get four things right when they make putts: a perfect setup, a perfect stroke, a perfect speed, and a perfect direction. Seymour's patented and proven rifle scope technology putting system helps golfers improve all four areas. Here's how. First, get in a comfortable posture. Square the face to the target line using the putter's alignment line. Then hide the red dot. Doing these three things will set you up in an optimal stance, square to the putter, square to the target line, and with your head, shoulders, hips, and hands in alignment. Now you're locked onto the target, like radar, free to putt with confidence the same way every time. Take your game to the next level by becoming a great putter with a Seymour.
Okay, Kevin, here's your golf lesson today, so for the day after. So what we kind of pinpointed on was little overswing, right? You know, your shoulders are in this fashion here, and you want to kind of stop once you get your shoulders to about 90 degrees. So I like that position there. Right? You see, kind of over rotate, bend the left arm, which leads to some inconsistency in the contact. But as you go down into the golf ball, we're going to measure this angle between the arm and the shaft. And you see, as you get closer, that angle gets wider and wider. Right, and it's a break, so it goes 80 to 170. Now, Dustin Johnson, okay, one of the top guys out there, right? Obviously, to see there's the long overswing. All right. Although if you can keep that left arm straight, I'm okay with it. But so right, in order for you to get back there, you kind of bend that left elbow. All right, but you know, now if you sync you guys up here, right? There's a reason he gets it so long, right? He's holding that angle a little longer. Now the reason is, alright, so the first swing on the left is your address position, and the swing on the right is the impact position. So your hands have moved a little bit there, but if you look at, you know, from waist down, they're almost identical. Alright, so I want to see you guys, I want to see you, alright, sorry about that, I had to pause it, I got interrupted here. I want to see you turn your hips a little bit, alright, much like Rory here. Alright, so there's address, there's impact, right? We started working on doing the 9 o'clock, the 3 o'clock swing, so from there to there, you're going to move your arms and hips, right? Get off that back foot. The second drill we did was the pistol grip, where you took your right thumb and forefinger off the golf club. All right, and those two drills will help you kind of slow your hands down and activate your hips or your body. All right, okay. So from this point, as we kind of talked about the pronation and your turning of the wrist to square the club face. So do you see how the golf club at this juncture, let's just say it's pointing to 11 o'clock. At the other juncture, it's pointing differently. So Rory's club is a little bit closed, right, rather than yours is a little open. So you can kind of see that the golf club is open here at halfway back. So it's just giving you a harder or more difficult time to square the club face sooner. See right there, it's open, right? Here you can see where he gets the square it a little bit quicker. All right, and I just think it was because of that backswing here, a little open. All right, so the final thing is you wanted to feel that we kept the face of the golf club pointing towards the target a little bit more, a little bit longer in the backswing. All right, hope that helps.
Rory McIlroy is only 5'9", 161 pounds. But in the U.S. Open, he bombed his drives an average of over 310 yards. Our question is, how does a golfer Rory's size get so much length off the tee? The key to generating distance is what's called the kinetic chain, drawing energy from the ground up through the legs, through the torso, into the arms, and into the club. And in the middle of that kinetic chain is a critical link, the hips. And it's Rory's extraordinary hip action that caught the eye of Dr. Greg Rose. At the Titleist Performance Institute, Dr. Rose has worked with many of the world's best golfers, including Rory, using technology to analyze aspects of the golf swing that are difficult to see with the naked eye.
Rory's got that beautiful tempo, but as he comes through impact, all of a sudden something very different happens, which makes a lot of us sports science guys look at this and go, wow, what's going on there? If we look at hip speed, most amateurs are around 300 to 350 degrees per second. That's how fast they're rotating. Most tour players are around 550 degrees. Rory gets to this amazing 720 degrees per second on the downswing.
What's truly remarkable about Rory's hip acceleration is that it has another gear, reverse.
So if I'm looking at anatomy, you got to understand your abdominals, they run diagonally. Those are called your oblique abdominals. They start on your rib cage and they run down to your pelvis. So imagine it's like a rubber band attached to either side, and as that rubber band is contracting, it's going to grab both sides and pull them closer together. So in Rory's case, those abdominals fire so hard, it actually takes his lower body and it actually spins it in the opposite direction. Right there, it's actually moving 377 degrees per second the opposite direction, which is just crazy.
In other words, for a split second, Rory's hips actually move backward faster than most golfers ever move their hips forward. This reverse rotation is extremely rare. Out of the hundreds of pros he's analyzed, Dr. Rose has only seen it a handful of times. And while it isn't the key to Rory's length, it's an amazing indicator of the intense torque Rory uses to generate ball speeds of over 175 miles per hour, among the fastest in the world. Of course, Rory McIlroy didn't win the U.S. Open just by being long off the tee. His ball striking helped him set the Open record, hitting an amazing 62 out of 72 greens in regulation. For ESPN Sports Science, I'm John Brinkus.
Well, the most important thing in a golf swing to me is the movement of the lower body from the top of the swing. And if you don't mind, I'll demonstrate. First off, you start down below with your knees and your hips. At the top of the swing, you move the lower part of your body, not your shoulders, the lower part of your body, letting your arms and hands follow, bringing you into position to hit. But this is the first movement there. Then you release at the bottom. Most people do it entirely opposite. They rotate their shoulders first instead of their lower body. As a result, they come across the ball and hit the outside of the ball instead of the back of it. If you don't mind, I'll hit a ball, and the first thing to watch is what starts first from the top of the swing.